Hello people and welcome to new recording slash edition of the Rising Angels Reborn. Let's game. Yes, it looks a bit different. Yes, and it's a bit different game that I played before. Yes, it's an you can say dating simulator or something like that. So I played Reset here. It was an anime style game and so on, and this is one as well. So. Let's talk more gaming, of course. Come on, let's start this game. Yeah, I like this interface and so on. I can show it to you, the options. I like the window here that comes out. I like it very much. So come on, let's start the game. And I like the music in the main screen. So you never feel as much pride as the first time you're giving commands. An instructor at the academy once told me that. There's something to be said about that. My first comment was a listening outpost on some backwater swamp planet that didn't have an official name. I called it my watery hell. My command consisted of myself, 2 automated recording machines and a virtual intelligence to manage the machines. I was alone during my stint as a lieutenant and a brevet captain. The only thing that kept me sane were the games for my virtual system. I'm pretty sure I managed to beat every single role-playing game known to the galaxy. Sure, there haven't been very many made since the war for our survival started so many years ago. But still, when I signed up to fight, I thought that the Carthaginian Defense Force would have been smart enough to send me to the front. Nope, I go to watery hell with constant mode problems. They sent my classmates, who were far less capable than I, to the front. Those losers got to command task forces and fight. And like I predicted, most of them perished with their commands. They were blind fools, idiots. If I would have been there, this war could have been over by now. Instead, innocent people, brave warriors and powerful war machines had to be sacrificed to some dumb tactical officers' battle plans. Not ships, not anymore. I've been watching the Loadmaster and the droids moving cargo for a few minutes. I might have to inquire if she knows anything about my welcoming party. As I walk up to her, I catch notice of her short stature and non-regulant issue head. Great, she's a Hobbin. During my academy and training years, I never saw too many of them. While nimble and dexterous, they aren't what you would call our A-class students. Most of them are as dense as rocks. Even now, she's smiling and waving at me with unprofessional excitement. No bearing, no discipline. Excuse me, but could I ask you a quick question? No, that was me. I don't know. Certainly. How can I help you? I glance over her uniform and notice the small insignia that tells me she's a lowly flight officer. If it is the sort of professional treatment my forces give, I'm going to have a difficult time. I think that I am a girl, not a boy. Yeah. Still, she is a member of the crew and someone I am going to have to work with on a day-to-day basis. I can tolerate a little bit of it. So, that's me, Natalie. I am Major Natalie Pusil. I am looking for the bridge. Ah, you're almost there! Thank you for your assistance, Flight Officer. I am glad to help out. If you get lost, I'll be finished loading soon and can show you around. That's kind, but I should be fine. Don't worry, Kylie. We are here to show her around. Waiting at the end of the hall are a pair of majors approaching me. My real welcoming party, I guess. One of them is a handsome, pale-haired freaking with large creamy wings and a soft, cheery look on his face. The other man, so the left guy on, so the guy on the left side. You're gotten soft over the years, Natalie. Maybe I have, but at least I haven't got legs with my support, letting a kid load all of the supplies by herself. I expect better leadership from you. Okay, wait a minute. So, I always thought you were asleep during the delegation class at the academy. You are one to talk. I know you slept through the first 8 course. I take it you two know each other. We graduated from the same academy class. Old friends. Is Major Hackett smiling? I know, this may be the sign of the Armageddon. I'm just glad that something could warm my wingman's heart. My name is Alphonse Stenson. You already know Sol? Major Natalie Pusil, reporting. It's a pleasure to meet you. I'm Flight Officer Kylie Miggy. I'm not actually a kid, I'm a Hobbin. It's nice to meet you, Flight Officer Miggy. So, you could stand to listen to Sol a bit about professionalism? He's right about some things. I'm sorry, ma'am. It has been hard adjusting to military life. Keep at it. Be the best officer you can be. Yes, ma'am. I can see why you like your Sol. Hush, Major Tenzin, we need to get going and let Natalie settle in before reason gets her claws out. You mean Commander Suna? I'm going back to loading the supplies, sir. Please. Do you see what I have to go through? That's why I'm glad to see you, Natalie. So, I can correct you as well? Here, let me take your luggage. Are you sure? Let's drop these bags off and take a tour of the ship. It's small, but our work is cut out for us. I'd let him. So, let's carry all of your luggage through even offering a single shred of help. 3. Can Roundhouse kick me through a wall? She didn't need the help. Oh, Kylie. You packed light as always. Uniforms and basic healthcare items I packed just like the devil deployment list recommended. Most people don't listen to that. They seem to think we have plenty of space on the ship for things like dumbbells and personal effects. I was told that the list was the official record. You were told right. The force is growing so slack. Take Kylie for instance. Meep? I don't think we could have a better quarters master. She's a wizard with our equipment. Nothing ever stays broken. If you need something, it is stuck on the next supply run. But you saw how she treats superior officers. She seems to think regulations and professional behavior don't matter if you just do it well. We have those regulations for a reason. We deal with life and death situations. You have to be able to know exactly what the person next to you is going to do. Exactly. You wouldn't believe how grateful I am to have someone here who understands that. Rasuna just doesn't understand that being good and being a team just doesn't cut it. Well, I'm here now. Well, start bringing the ship up to code. Damn right. So, you really didn't help poor Kylie with her bags? It was okay, I managed. Well, he can make it up to you by helping finish loading up equipment. I think that's the first thing we can bring up the code. Only for you, Natalie. I'll help. Kylie never asks for help when she needs it. Let's show her the power of a trio of majors. I'm starting to believe that the gods may have blessed us with your presence here. If I can still move after this, I'll consider aging. Thanks, Saul. I'm only helping because Kali is our quartermaster. I wouldn't waste my time if some of those boxes didn't contain steaks from back home on Quinn. But then we're going back to the tour. No further delays, please. Deal. Okay, welcome to the bridge. It isn't much, but it beats being stuck in that tiny call-it cockpit. You flew fighters? 2 years on the front line with the KSS Xian. Sounds exciting. Not when you get caught up in a major conspiracy. Please tell me you aren't planning to overthrow the board of directors while you are working here. My career can't handle another one. Wow, what? On second thought, don't ask. It brings up too many bad memories. Speaking of bad memories, where is your ball and chain? I thought both you and Lena were going to be fighter pilots together. Don't ask. Was it that bad? Ask me when I've had a few drinks. You don't drink, so don't ask me again, please. Sorry. Bad memories, Nat. I never thought befriending mutts could ruin my life in so many ways. Non-humans ruined your relationship? A mutt! Major Hackett? Oh, we were talking about a pet a friend of mine had. It turned out to be a rabid dog. Then use the term dog. Remember what I said if I heard you disparage your fellow serviceman again. I do, ma'am. And what was that? Immediate discharge, ma'am. That is correct. Major Pusil, you would do well to note Major Hackett's lesson. We're a team here on the Nindros. We work as a single unit. I will not tolerate those who cannot act as a team on my ship. That is the one guiding principle that I must make clear. Yes, ma'am. My last experience with the Saito, S-I-T-O, was not a pleasant one. I hope to not repeat it. I bite my lip. Great, she's one of those commanders who have had a bad experience with our organization in the past. Sure, some of us may be a little cutthroat and determined, but we get results. The stories I've heard from my instructor were brutal. Selling out your command for success was common, not an exception. I don't believe in that mentality. There are limits to how far you can go before you become the monster you're fighting to destroy. Never will I sink that low. You have nothing to fear from the commander? Earn my trust, Major Pusil. I want to give it to you, but you need to prove yourself. I will. Damn it. I completely forgot to report in. Ma'am, Major Natalie Pusil reporting in. I am the Special Investigations and Tactics Officer assigned to the KSS Nimros. Welcome to my ship, Major. She's one of the best tactical officers in the force, ma'am. I've heard the training report. Top of your class, correct? Yes, ma'am. How many failed in your class? Around 40%. And the average is 20. Why do you think that happened? Lack of dedication. They were not cut out for the service. And what did you do to help them pass? Everything you could, am I right? We fight and die as a team on the ship, Major. Earn my trust. Yes, Commander. At 10:05, we will be holding an all call for the ship. You will brief our mission to the entire crew. Until that time, you are off duty. Major Hackett will be your guide. Thank you. Your fur quarters decided, Major Hackett? Yes, I was going to put her in the empty room. Incorrect. She will be rooming with Captain Moonfollow. And what will be doing with the empty room? Our ship doctor says that he's tired of sleeping in the mad ward and laid claim to it. That's slimy, yes ma'am. That's all. Dismissed. Let's get off. Let's get out of here quickly before she thinks of something else. Wait, I have a question to ask. So right. Certainly, what are you curious about? So, now I can choose something. So I don't know if I'm voicing the characters right or not. I try to do my best. So, we have a choice now here. So, how is the comlink on the ship for gaming? For gaming, and please tell me a little more about the ship. What can I choose? So, I think gaming is not the right question that I can ask now because we are in war and we have to work on the ship and there's no time for gaming, so I will ask, please tell me a little more about the ship so that I know where to go and where is. So let's ask this. I've read up on the specs of the ship, but the profile suggested that this version might be different. I noticed that your ship profile was different than a standard Harper class command and control ship. You've got a very sharp eye. Yes, this ship was modified in depot. Really? But not for the better. Oh, that all depends. Our crew complement has been reduced due to the removal of the self-defense weaponry. Wait, we have no defensive lasers or cannons? Correct. So we have no weapons officer or loader. Also, our imposed driver is a KDS E591 instead of the standard E598. As much as I want to bluff understanding that one lying won't help me here. And that impact does that have on us, ma'am? A larger engineering bay and larger fuel consumption, so our med bay is also removed, but the doctor works out of the secondary research bay instead. Try not to get sick. He's a lecherous demon who has no ethics or Hippocratic oaths. He is a non-human, isn't he? An Afric, but that doesn't make him any less of a wild monster. I'll keep that in mind. Please do it. It's only a matter of time before I catch him and have him caught mutilated. So, some more questions I can ask. So, how is the comlink on the ship for gaming? No gaming, please. If we don't have any defensive weaponry, do we have any security forces? Yes, I think I will ask that. No defensive weaponry to protect us from pirates? What about security? I'm at ground side. We have Zuri. What is a Zuri? Is it some sort of defensive robot? How I really wish it was. I would be able to turn it off then. Lieutenant Zuri is our security officer and in charge of defensive systems on the ship. Which means she doesn't have a lot to do and seems to find time in her day to just wander around and bother everyone. She wants to help out others? That doesn't sound like a bad thing, sir. It wouldn't be if she had a better attitude. What's wrong? Is she grumpy? I thought someone like that would work well with you. Ha. No, she's perky. There have been some days where I just want to tear the happy right out of her soul. Have I ever said that you remind me of a really grumpy cat? Not in years. And you haven't changed a bit. So, she may be a bit over-enthusiastic at times. Lieutenant Zuri is competent at her job and will provide you adequate security on away missions. Just don't expect her to shut up at all when she gets on her warrior rant. It would be nice to have someone cheerful to hang out with now and then to compensate for Mr. Doom and Gloom. I'm just realistic and don't lie and sugarcoat things for you. So, some more questions? No comlink for gaming. So, is there anything else special about the ship I should know about? Yes, come on, let's ask that. Is there anything else I should know about the ship before we set off? Besides, the lack of defensive weaponry and substandard parts, while that may be true, most of the crew is relatively experienced in its operations. Despite their laziness and lack of morals, the commander is correct in stating that the crew is decent at their jobs. Don't expect too much, but I do ensure the basics are enforced. Even so, he is rough and derogatory. Saul has never been one to shy away from acknowledging talent. I just wish he'd use it no matter what the outside looks like. The weaponry shouldn't be an issue. I don't intend to send us into any combat zones. If pirates attack, fleeing in terror, why not heroic? Is a perfectly logical course of action. Thanks for briefing. The information will come in handy to maximize the Nimrod's this utilization. I'm glad to hear it. I hate to cut the question and answer session short, but we should continue the tour. You don't want to start your first day tomorrow with no sleep, right? I can feel the first traces of exhaustion begin to set in. This is the first time I've had to do anything remotely like work in years. It feels wonderful, so tiring. Maybe having me mumble through the briefing tomorrow might make it a little more interesting. No doubt. By your leave, ma'am. Rest well, Major Priscilla. I don't know how to pronounce this. Priscilla Pakil. I don't really know. So, we expect much from you. Dismissed. Let's go drop off your medical records with the perf and grab a bite to eat. That sounds delightful. I'm famished. If Kylie finished stocking everything, we might be able to make a decent meal from the synthesizer. No cook? No cook. We have some limited cooking facilities, but alas, no cook. I don't think I'd want to eat any more dog food anyway. No pet food. Same thing. Trust me, Wolfie can cook well. You can try eating it, but you'd be rather have the same stuff. Because she's a little bit or because she can cook? Can't it be both? I'm not saying our food the mutants cook is bad, but Lupit's stuff is just bland and mushy. Try it if you want, you'll see. I can make a decent meal, so I'll make you something nice sometime. I'll have to compare them. Then, well, we'll have to have a contest to prove it, not tonight. You promise? I promise. Let's get going.